Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. Wednesday night, October the 12th. The markets had a very strong morning and late in the day rolled over, but still good gains today. However, we may be long in the tooth and ready to come down here. I would caution everybody from getting too over ebullient at this point. Let's make sure that if you're trading them long, you're trading with tight stops, and we'll go from there. Some stocks that stood out today. Liz Claiborne had a monster day, up 34% on $1.74 and 29 million traded. You can see that the basing pattern that is formed, or first of all, this declining top line was taken out. Lateral price resistance was taken out. And with a big gap and thrust, the stock closed massively higher on the heaviest volume we've seen in years. So maybe a significant day. At least we should test towards the 798 range short term. Secondary target up around the 9 3/4 10 zone. AONE had another big day also. That jumped 88 cents, 26.5%. Breakaway gap on the opening. You can see where the stock has gotten up to this prior high, and at this point may try to break out and test that line, or even make it up towards the secondary resistance level up around 5,520. That would be my short-term target if we can get it through right here where we are now. Up next is EXM. Now, some of the shippers are coming alive. We noted GNK a couple weeks ago. Today, FRO and EXM and a couple others moved. By the way, NMM, now else Maritime, was one of the stocks we had yesterday. So we've been seeing these move. Today, EXM jumped 17%, 40 cents on 1.2 million, and that cleanly broke out across this declining tops line. The next target will be up around the $3 range near the next declining tops line, and then we have resistance up around 390 beyond that. STAA had a stellar day. This big move we had in August, September, which was followed by the pullback and retest reversal day here that pierced to 50 and then closed back above it, formed a few days of consolidation, and then they popped 11.6% today, or 92 cents. We're about to retest the September high, but there is overhead resistance around 940.50 zone that, if taken out, could lead to something up around 10.5, 11. ACH China Aluminum kind of came alive as well, up $1.35 or 11% on a million traded, but the reversal has taken out prior high and the declining tops line. At this point, may very well test next resistance up around 15. PKT popped across a 2-month resistance level and now may be headed to a test around 12.5 3/4. You can see how the moving averages are crossing over on a positive nature. ESIC came up to resistance after backing off and holding the moving averages. They're now crossing over. Key resistance here, if taken out around 515, could lead to a test of the 6, 6.25 range. That's my next target for ESIC. Big reversal day on ONXX. In the morning, it came down hard to test the 30.5 range and then reversed to 35 before closing at 34.49, up 258 or 8%, 4.7 million traded. And you step back and look at that. It's the heaviest volume since July of 10, so more than a year. And we closed above that line. So we can follow through here, get it above the 35.5 range. My next target will be 39.40 and then 42.44 area. MELA looks like it may be breaking out here. This line was taken out today, as was that line. The stock closed up 45 cents or almost 8%. Volume 2.5 million. That's the best volume in a week. And if it can follow through here, we can get it thrust up to 8 or 9 in this zone very quickly. NSR, new star, popped with a breakaway gap above key resistance. We step back and take a look at the pattern. You'll see, going back the last several years, that this pattern here is now key resistance that was taken out. We may see the stock get into the mid-30s short term. ASML, which broke that line a few days ago and backed off, today took out lateral price resistance with a thrust of $1.78 and nearly 5% on nearly 13.2 million shares traded. That's big volume for that stock. And it looks like the breakout was successful enough to carry forward, test the mid-40s. BSFT also broke a declining top line today and took out the September highs. So at this point, we should see a quick retest of the 41 area. And that's our short-term target, 40.41, followed by a secondary target up around the mid-40s. MRGE continues to act very well, snapping back off these two trend lines. today extending by 53 cents or 8.5%. 2.1 million traded, and the stock looks like it's headed for a test of the 7 3/4 range and then 8 3/4. Mitek edging higher, up another 18 cents or so today, and closing at 10.15. The stock looks to me like it wants to head higher for a retest of the highs here at 13. That's my short-term target. If that's taken out, a spike up into the 16-17 range may be seen. MAKO acting very well after reversing off the moving average and back up through resistance. Took out this declining tops line and now headed for retest of the highs around 40, from 40.5, and maybe the top of the channel around 46.7 range. Lastly is Cubist, which also is edging higher after the breakout and a pullback retest. It's back up against resistance right here. This zone, if taken out, could lead to a spike up in Cubist that gets into the mid-40s pretty quickly. That's it for this evening. Everyone have a good one and good trading tomorrow.